Of course, I talked through this video as I was making these protein banana pancakes, but I had to end up voicing it over because I had the Breakfast Club's interview with Cheryl Underwood playing in the background, and I don't want them coming after me for a copyright notification. So for these pancakes, I used one overripe banana. So I'm trying to figure out things to do with bananas when they start to go bad instead of just tossing them in the trash. So this is one recipe that I tried and I actually like. So I'm going to use my NutriBullet to blend all of this together. But like I said, you start with a ripe banana. I just mash it up in a plate. And as you mash it, it will get sort of a mushy consistency that you can use. And then I use 2 eggs. These are large eggs. I'm not sure how the extra large eggs would work, but I use the large ones for this set of pancakes. And then it's time to add protein, like I said, in the place of flour. So this is pea protein that I'm using. My first time using it, I read somewhere that it blends a little smoother than whey protein. So we're going to test that theory today. 1 scoop of vanilla flavored pea protein. I dumped that in there, and I don't know what I was thinking in terms of mixing. I thought it would mix a little smoother. Maybe I should have whisked it down first. But I put the lid on to the NutriBullet motor, shook it up a little bit, and it's just gonna have to work. We made it do what it do. Despite it looking a little chunky, it actually blended down pretty good. There was some protein powder still stuck to the side. You'll see me grab a silicone spatula here in a minute and push it all down. And when I was watching this video, I'm like, once you push the protein down, why didn't you re-blend it again? But, I was just going for whatever I thought I knew at the moment. I mean, that's life, right? We live and we learn. We do it one way the first time, and when we find ways that we can make it better the second time, we make a mental note and execute the next time around. To turn the camera back on as I set the stove up, but here we are with the first pancake in the pot. These are a little more floppy than regular pancakes, so they take longer to cook on one side. And I anticipated that, but boy, I didn't anticipate how long it was going to take. So I did flip this one over and lost a little bit of batter on the sides, but that's all right. I folded it right on back in because we don't have protein pancakes to waste unless you try to do it again and pour too much batter. Y'all, I saw it as it was happening. I was like, man, why did you pour that much? Why didn't you stop? And then look at how fast the edges are crisping up. You see how fast the grease is bubbling? This is going downhill real fast, and I'm thinking to myself, this is not going to be good. You see me there try to adjust the temperature down on the stove a little bit, and the bubbles were still going, so I tried to turn it down a little bit more, and at that point, I was just like, you know what? It's going to be what it's going to be. Let me get ready to try and flip this thing. I'm going to move it around a little bit over here, and then on this side, maybe talk to it a little bit. Come on, Pancake, do what I need you to do. It just was not in the cards for this particular pancake. I did try to flip it, but as you'll see here shortly, only a part of it wanted to cooperate. You see where it started to break apart already, so I knew it was over. I just went ahead and said, I'm going to flip it. And I'm not going to edit this part of the video out because things don't always go perfectly. So what do? We take it in stride and we keep on moving. And here is the stride. 3, 2, 1, ready, flip, boom. I knew it. I knew it. I just folded it over and moved it on over. I had already decided I wasn't going to eat this one because I just, something about the aesthetic of the plate. I put it to the side and munched on it a little bit later. I did let it finish cooking, shaved off the rogue piece, and moved it on over to the pan when it was different. Y'all, not me squishing down the small little piece to finish cooking that. I don't know what I was thinking there either, but whatever. Get out of my pan. Let me start fresh. For my last little pancake here, I gave myself a pep talk for the last one, crossed my fingers, my toes, and anything else that would cross, and said, here we go. Greased up the pan, and you can tell by how the grease is moving that it's already hot. So now it's time for the grand finale here. I made a point to make it a pretty small pancake. So we lifted our batter, and here we go. I did slow it down so we could appreciate how much I took my time. Yeah, that's enough. All right. So we cooked this last little one up. I was so eager to taste it. It's like this whole thing is such an ordeal. It took so long. I ended up cutting off some of the footage for it, but it flipped perfectly. My purpose for moving it around so much in the pan is to make sure that the batter on the upside is solidified so it doesn't slide when it's time for the pancake to flip. So let's see. Boom. Now that is perfection. What's that saying? Practice makes progress. Well, we sure enough practiced on these to be able to get a wonderful third pancake. This is how it's supposed to look. It was absolutely delicious. I ate the pancakes folded like a taco with the raspberries in the middle as the filling. Toodles.